Hello and welcome to Steve's long stay workshop, where stuff comes to be repaired if it is being treated rather ill, shall we say. And this is not a British radio, but in a way not a British radio. It's an Ecko. It's model U241, and it's an export model of the U245. This version has long wave, no long wave, just medium wave and short wave, no long wave. That's how we can tell it's an export model. Now, I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know anything about it apart from the fact that it's here on the bench. So let's have a look and see exactly what the problems are with this set. It's one of those sets which has been rather heavy, shall we say. And so let's come here and we'll try to get it to work again. We're always trying here and nothing is filled as yet, so maybe at some point something will, but well, you know, not just yet. Not just yet. Anyway, it's had looking in the back. It's had a bit of work done on it here. Look at those there, you see. There, you see. They've been added for some reason. It's the same set of valves as you find on any set of this kind. The U series valve, UL41, which is a valve that does tend to have problems of its own, shall we say, particularly the newer ones. There are ways of clearing those, but not today. UY41 and the rest UCH41, US41, etc. So it's a 41 series, which makes it early 50s and early mid 50s. And apart from the fact that it's had that put on the cover there, for a reason which I don't understand, but I'm sure will at some point, it seems to be okay. Now, before we plug it in, let's see if we get anything from the meter across the pins here. There should be something. As for what, well, we don't know. But with it being a set with all the valves in as well, there should be about a K ohm or so. But there's nothing, absolutely diddly squat. So, it appears that this set has got nothing at the plug. So, quick look inside the plug first of all, and we'll see if it's got a fuse in. Does happen. Silly problems, you know, but we'll look and see if they are there. And this one, when it comes apart, we'll see if it does. If it doesn't, well, I'll mix it to something else. But this set does not appear to have in it fused, which means therefore that it's not going to work because it's not going to get any power. So, yeah, well, that's why no fuse. So get a fuse and plug it in, and then see what happens. I'll pause the camera while I look for a fuse, because of course in this place nobody knows where they are right now, so we'll come back to that in due course. Right now there's a fuse in the plug, and the meter, which is here, gives a reading of, let's get it on camera, shall we? There we are, on camera, there we are. Should be something like 1.3K. That means that the heated elements are working okay. The HT, of course, on these goes to rectified tube. So all we're seeing at this point is the heated chain, which looks about right. So, without any further ado, because I don't like mucking about, onto mains, and immediately I'll see a valve lighting up. So give it a minute, let's see what happens. This is going to be open, by the way, but I like to look first and see what we've got to work with straight from the beginning. Hmm. Hmm. Well, those.
Any questions? Find out.
And a station of some kind.
Plus the news. And more live Premier League football than any.
Okay. So we know we've got something to work with. Does in fact do something. So let's go inside and let's have a look. Looking down here straight away, I can see a few capacitors which probably need to be changed. And yeah, so let's get in and let's have a look at the chassis. There's one capacitor, of course, which we changed in all these sets, of course, which is the grid cap. But apart from that, there's a few others in here as well. So the set must come apart, has to come apart, whether it wants to or not. And then from there, of course, we go and take a look inside and see what's going on with it, or what isn't going on. Because shortwave sounds a bit dead, doesn't it? Anyway, let's have a look. You know something? There's a lot on the internet these days about women suffering about this, suffering that, suffering about the other. You know. Now I don't like the idea of women suffering. I never have. So I'm going to start a campaign today to end women's suffrage. If you join me, you can. Put the comments below when this video goes up online, which it will sometime soon. Anyway, let's get back to the job in hand, which is of course taking this radio and making it look as though it's going to work again, which it will, because every set that comes in here leaves us working. This one is already, so probably not a lot to do with it, but there we go. That's the bottom plates off, which reveals these screws which come off, and the chassis should come out of the set. Oh, by the way, this set is a set which has no transformer. Uses those resistors there. Now, these sets are in some cases dangerous. There haven't been loads of people dying from radios of this kind, but in those days people did actually know that things could be dangerous. They don't now, but they did then. And so you've got to tell them these things these days, but we haven't then. So yeah, kids today are basically stupid. Anyway, these go off the front, and then it should hopefully then come apart, and you never know, it may start to work very, very soon. I'm going to stop the camera, by the way, while I take it apart, because the reason why I do it, by the way, is that I am disabled. I've only got one hand that works, and I don't want you hearing me swearing made off on camera. Simple as that. Anyway, as always, back with you in a second. Well, I got the back off, I got the thing apart, and I've looked underneath, and first thing we'll do is switch it on and make some measurements. Switch on, and of course make a few measurements. This set does actually have a coloured cable on it, and the black blue these days, does go to deck on this. The ordinary 2 current cable you get
not particularly. I mean,
doesn't have that.
I mean, writing is
That
my
is
joy.
not-
I like writing, and
Thank you very much. I was just saying that the stuff that both colours are the same, that is now illegally made to repair, so it has to be changed for this stuff, which has been on this. So with that, like that, we plug it back in, like so, and this place we go the big capacitor, which should be 0 or lower. This is -1 on this, so that capacitor, it's not a hunt by the way, is okay.
If you go in any search engine and you put in Eddie Had a Dream, surprisingly it will come straight to the top.
Looking on the
Peter Bell is the author. Eddie Had a Dream. Thanks so much. And you've donated some money for the book for charity.
Yeah, Eddie's patron of the charity Julia's House Children's Hospice. It's Wiltshire and Dorset. His son Harry, his oldest son, had some difficulties early on in life. He took him there and had some treatment. And
there we go. I can hear myself think I was talking to you. Hear me think. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, with that like that, next place I'll link with this is the rectifier. You pick that up on the capacitor here, and it's actually in this one is 75.4 volts and 90 something. Takes a resistor back to the rectifier, which is UY85 on these, by the way, which is a half-wave rectifier, and that is low as well, at 143 volts. So that does need to be changed, but I'll leave that for now. I'll leave further on in the set. The crackling will cure. The crackling will cure with a I'll try and cure with a Dorset switch cleaner, which is here. So that goes on there. A bit more. Let's see if that cleans that crackle. Right, let's see if that cures it. If it does, the IF and the RF and the crackle are okay, and we'll go back to the RF.
Accidents or cosmetic. Check today at good.com.
Well, as you can hear, the unit is now working again. I don't know whether this was my fault, probably was actually, or the person who repaired it before me's fault, or the fact that the manual for the U245 and the U241, although the looks in that they are completely different inside in one or two ways, so that as well. But anyway, first of all, deck went to 100 ohm resistor, and that resistor was dodgy, and that was cut a lot of crackle on. And also there was a capacitor to deck from the before the cathode resistor, before the grid resistor and capacitor, and that of course capacitor was now a resistor as well to deck, and so most of the signal from the anode of this valve here, the amplifier, was not reaching the pentode, it was going to deck. I've sorted all that now, and the set is good. I'm very sensitive too actually, but not cracking either by the way, but it's a bit distorted, as you can hear if I turn it up.
/servicing.
You got it? Yeah. This, I believe, is because the capacitors are okay now, and the voltages to the valve heaters are all okay as well. But the voltages to the anodes of these valves are all low, as is the input to the UY41 here, all low. because this lot here, for the valve heaters it's fine, no problem, but for the HT it's 50% higher than it should be. Well, it should be 160 ohms between the anode switch and the anode of the rectifier valve, the U241. It's not, it's 230. So next thing we do is try putting a resistor of 160 ohms, considerable wattage I think, between the anode switch and the input of the rectifier for the HT only. The LT is fine. The LT is fine. The HT, or the B plus if you're American, is wrong on this set. So now everything is nearly back to normal with this set, which I thought was simple, but of course it isn't. Always the way, isn't it? Anyway, that's what we're up to with it, and I know I didn't see much of it on camera, but I swear a lot, so it's best not to. Besides, with one hand, it's difficult for me to do things, and having a camera in the way doesn't help me. But that's what we're up to with it now, and I'll put a resistor in and we'll take it from there. This set is actually very sensitive on both medium wave and shortwave now, very much so. And this thing on the back here, this antenna on the back, I'm going to leave that because actually with that it works extremely well. So very soon this radio will be back to normal. Somebody's been in here and sorted up and put things in which shouldn't have been there, and they've made the set worse than it was. A simple fault again, which people couldn't find, and I had to go through all that to get to the fault which was causing the problem. Anyway, I've done that now, and so this set is now on its way back to good health, as they say. Well, 150 ohm resistor has been put in place on the 330 ohm one that was there. The 330 ohm one actually appears to be part of the network for the heater, so I left that and put resistor in place. And it seems to have worked. The voltages are all up where they should be now. There's 195 volts on the 8-foot penta, which is more or less about right. Not exactly, but as near as makes no odds. And on this side of it, there's 230 volts, which should drop there. And if it is here, it works rather well now.
From big name brands at incredible prices.
There you are. So now we just put it back together again, give it a clean, and it's another one nicely repaired and back into action. And here's this set put back together again and working. A few things to look out for on this set, by the way. First of all, the ink on the dial is put on the inside. If you take it all out of a radio to clean it, don't put it under the tap, because it happened to a friend of mine once with the Costa melody maker, and the writing of the dial is went down the sink, so beware of that. Also, when you put them back together, check that the speaker cables are out of the way of the mains cables, or anything hot of course as well, and also anything that likely to obstruct something inside, it will do. So I check that as well, because otherwise it'll do it, because sod law says it will. Anyway, that's it. It's now working radio again. Correct voltages, correct sound, medium wave on this set shortwave, because this is, as I said previously, it's an export set. But it exports you to, but it turned up in a church in Bolton, so who knows?
Of up to 50 billion on public services.
And there it is, working away.
Would recruit 20,000
medium
new
wave.
teachers.
And go up here. And so it gets something to the shortwave. There we are, there's shortwave. Don't know what that's from, but there's shortwave as well. So, there's now a working happy radio again, another one safely repaired and put back into service. So, see you soon, and as always, keep fixing radios. Bye bye.